Well, hello, Dante, everyone. Hello, thank you for joining. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube channel, MT Paranormal Life, where I do paranormal investigations. I have a research center. Hey, Weasel, how's it going? And I just wanted to go live today to cover some of the recent things that have happened and the places I've gone. I would appreciate it if everyone hits the thumbs up and the like button. And if this is your first time watching the stream, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you'll get all updates whenever I post new content. So, I see Weasel's here. And William, what's going on, guys? How are you? It's a beautiful day here in Northeast Ohio. Looks like the weather's starting to break finally. So, that's always good news, especially for those of us who go outdoors and do our investigating and our hunts. Right, Weasel? Well, I know most of you may have been aware, maybe seen the short live video I did from outside Hillview Manor, but I did a tour there recently. It was Friday night from 9 p.m. till midnight. And tell you what, that was a pretty awesome experience. I started listening to the audio, and I still have probably an hour left to cover. And I already have quite a bit of EVPs, and I'm going to share those tonight. So hope you guys are ready for some EVPs. Hey, Christine. How are you? Hope everybody's doing well. But yeah, I got some EVPs that I got there at Hillview Manor. They won't let you record and post your videos, so that tour was just an experience for me, and I was allowed to record the audio. So I did record for probably about at least 2 hours of the tour I had recorded, and I had private time. We got about an hour and a half to explore the place on our own, and that's where I seem to have captured most of the EVPs I had, which was pretty interesting. Some pretty cool stuff I captured there. I only got to go to a few of the places inside there that I wanted to by myself. So I definitely want to do a private tour there. And I'm going to do one in the near future. And I'll let everybody know when that's going to happen. I still have to look to see what their availability is and when I can get the money together for that. But I want to do a private tour there for sure. And there's a lot of areas I wanted to go to in there that I didn't get to. And I'm looking forward to doing that in the future. But I captured, let's see how many it was here. Right now, probably through about maybe an hour of the recording, I got about 12 or 13 what sound like EVPs, which was pretty crazy. And I got something really cool that you probably all want to hear. I was on the second floor. I just came out of Jeffrey's room. Jeffrey was a spirit that's infamous there in his own room where he gets a lot of offerings and toys. I just finished trying to communicate with Jeffrey in his room. And then when I went out the stairwell, which was pretty close to his room, and there were people who were on the first floor. I believe it was the chapel, which was pretty close downstairs. And I didn't realize, because I haven't been in that hallway before, but that door is like a self-retracting door, and it slammed really hard, and I didn't know it was going to do that. So I scared the living crap out of a big group of people that were downstairs in the chapel, and I have that recorded on the audio, and I think you'll probably find that pretty entertaining. I thought it was pretty funny, although I felt kind of bad because I didn't do it on purpose, and I didn't mean to do it, but it was an accident. But it was kind of comical to hear all the reactions that you can hear from the people downstairs. Everybody freaked out because it was an extremely loud door slam that nobody expected. I also posted a new video from a recent recording I did exploring a new area of West Branch. It was me and the cameraman and one of the new guys to his team. Bear is his name. And we had some interesting things happen. If you haven't seen that video, you should check that out. Jack was getting some attention, I guess you could say, when he was off. He was getting some movement around him, he kind of freaked out a little bit, which he told us wasn't like him, and he seemed a little panicked. So I knew something had happened, and I watched his video and I seen what was going on. Captured some interesting sounds and some messages too that were interesting that I captured on my Spirit Talker. Maybe what seemed like a scream, sounded like a scream, I captured on my audio, on the camera, and some odd sounds like maybe growls. All that through the night, it was pretty interesting. My camera got drained. Well, it was my cell phone used as a camera, and it was fully charged, and it never loses its power as quick as it did that night. So that was kind of interesting, and that's happened to me there before. So I wasn't that surprised, but at the same time, I didn't have a backup source ready to go for that because I wasn't expecting that one to get drained. So my video kind of got cut off maybe a half hour short of where it probably would have went to if I had backup power. But if anybody wanted to see what happened after the end of my video where my camera died, the cameraman, there's a link to his channel on my description. You can watch the rest of the video there. And I also got some EMF activity when I was there. Hey DJ, what's going on? I hope you're enjoying some nice weather over there. Hope the weather broke there for you. It's a real beautiful day here today, which was great. Hopefully the weather is going to stay warm now. The weather's going to break, hopefully. Especially for those of us who go outside and do this, like myself. I also went to my research site just the other day. So it's been a busy past few days for me. Hillview, then I went and did some recording in a different area of West Branch, and that video was posted. And then I'm still working on the video from my research site, which was just the other day. And I had some interesting things happen there. It looked like my research site is back up with some activity. I had some EMF activity and some REM pod activity and some interesting replies too, but that'll be up hopefully by the end of the week. I'll have that edited and up for everybody to see. It did mid 50s and sunny, starting to dry up. Well, that's good. Yeah, today it was about the same here, temperature wise, and it's supposed to stay warm. So like I said, hopefully that's the break and all these snow flurries and 20 degrees quit, because I want to enjoy some outdoor without freezing my rear end off. But Hillview Manor, what an interesting place. A very interesting place. It is extremely big. Very easy to get lost in, and the reason why I didn't get to go to all the rooms I wanted to was because I was, doing this alone, and I had a hard time finding my way around without getting lost. So I missed a lot of places I wanted to go to. But I'm going to put that on my list of private tours, places to go to. So I can go check out the boiler rooms. I wanted to check out both boiler rooms there. So much activity's been reported in the history, death, and the history of a Pittsburgh Steelers fan spirit in the one boiler room, and the other one a man died, Eli. And that's just the two boiler rooms. I mean, there's so many different things that have been documented and recorded with patients and spirits in all these rooms, and I got to just dab into it a little bit. I did get Jeffrey's room, which is where I captured some interesting EVPs. Don't say, Ramona, how are you? I hope you're well. But that's what I wanted to do with this live stream, is just touch base and let everybody know what was going on. You just saw the video I posted. That was from the other day. I was with the cameraman and his new guy, Bear, and we were investigating some new areas of West Branch. And here's the prayer bag. Remember, if anybody is interested in prayer bag or sage, or if there's some things you might want that Ramona could get you, I got a link there. And if you guys go to the About section here, Let me go on to my channel here. Here we go. I got links here for my Facebook group chat. If anybody wants to join, join. That's where I do a lot of updates and where we talk about things. I do have a website. You can connect to it. I got DJ Rock's Facebook group. That's his YouTube channel. There's my link for my channel. I got other people's channels. Ram Jam, Squatch B. She has a little spot where she sells jewelry she makes. ORD3, he's got a channel on YouTube. I frequent on there, and we talk about a lot of things. And Ramona, to reach her, got a link there. And then, these are the channel links. I would recommend check them all out. At least give them a subscribe. It's free. You know how YouTube works. You can subscribe to as many channels as you like, and the channels that I put up here are all good people, good channels, good people, friends. If you could give them a subscription, I would appreciate it, and I'm sure they would too. We got Squatch Topic, Biggie. There's Trapper, The Outdoors, OCST, Williams, WTCW, and this is Eric or something. That's my my son Luca. He's got a channel where he does some gaming and things like that. And also, if William's still in the chat, William and I, he's down in Virginia, and we were talking about getting together for a joint investigation over at a farmhouse in Virginia. And this place seems like this could be something pretty sweet. Unfortunately, a lot of tragedy has happened there. I got some of the history from William. He did a lot of research, and I appreciate that. And I'm excited to go down there when we get the okay from the owner, which should be sometime in the near future here. But I'm gonna make a trip there. There was a person who burnt down the house, and 5 people died in the fire, including an infant. And that person is currently still locked up for his crimes. And there's an on-site cemetery for the people who died in the fire. A lot of tragedy there. That was some of the recent information I got from William. And the house was pretty much rebuilt and refinished similar to the way it was. And the owner was reporting a lot of unusual things. People that rent there also reporting a lot of paranormal activity. So William and I got the okay. As soon as we get the green light, we're going to go check that out and do like a joint investigation. I'm excited, and I'm pretty sure everybody will like to see what we get documented. But for documenting, I did want to let everybody hear some of the EVPs I captured from Hillview Manor. I actually was surprised that I heard so many things, and I wanted to share those with you. I am going to see if I can get this on screen here. I'm going to play one, and everybody, if you can hear it, just give me yes, and I'll let you know when it plays. If you already hear it, just say yes, but if I don't see any replies, I'll let you know I played it, and I guess I'll know if you didn't hear it. Okay, did you hear that? Could you, if you've heard that, could you let me know in the chat? Okay, Weasel, you heard it? I'm going to try to get the, I tried to clean it up as best I could. Some of them, the frequencies were really low, and it was hard to hear. Okay, Weasel heard it. So I'm assuming that probably everybody else can hear it. If anybody didn't hear it, could you just tell me no? So that way I know. Okay. All right, so that one, this was on the first floor. The first floor, that's where that intensive care unit wing was built on in the 70s. And that's where I was at when I captured that one. This sounded to me... Oh, hey, Roller Woman. How are you? Hope you're having a good night. But this EVP, from when I heard it, and again, if you really want to try to hear these as good as I do, try to get it isolated, maybe with some headphones. Some of them you may need it to hear. I tried to see if Cutie Pie was out with us the other night when I was out there by the Buckeye Trail, but I didn't have any luck finding Cutie Pie that time. So I wasn't exactly in the same area, so next time I go in the exact area, hopefully I'll see Cutie Pie interact with us when we go there. But I'm going to play that one again and let you all hear it. I play these twice. There might be one that's not played twice, but I set them all on like a repeat so you could hear it twice, and the second time I slow it down a little bit slower. So this was one of the EVPs I captured on the first floor when I was over there by the ICU wing, 1A wing they call it. Hi Kathy M. How are you? Don't say. That one was a little tough to hear. I know most of these might be tough to hear. That one was, it sounded like, will you move, it sounded like it said, will you move the cart? Or will you move the something? It was kind of hard to hear, but the frequency was very low, and I can hear the voice. And I listened to it, and I tried to clean it up, but that was about as good as I could clean it up. And it's a little bit distorted trying to clean it up, but I'll play it one more time. It sounds like it says, will you move the something, but it to me it sounded like cart. I'm going to, try my best to amplify those the best I could. But the frequencies on some of these EVPs were very low, and it was difficult to get them amplified without really distorting it. But that was one. Some of them, hey Woodwalker, how's it going? I was just going over some of the EVPs that I captured from Hillview Manor on St. Patrick's Day. This is another one. Most of these were from the first floor. And then I didn't, like I said, I only got through about an hour, and that was all the first floor. And then Jeffrey's room, I went to kind of off the normal, like in order. I kind of just went to Jeffrey's room because I wanted to hear if I captured anything in there. Another one from the first floor. Okay, that was pretty loud. I'm sorry about that if that was too loud. It sounded like it said, hey, come down here. I'm going to play that again. It's like a deeper voice in the background. There was a lot of noise going on around also. But I think that was when I was in the room just about to go down out the hallway into the first floor. But if you listen to kind of underneath the tone of that loud sound, you can hear a man's voice. It's kind of deep, and it sounds like he says, hey, come down here. It was repeated also. These EVPs I always put in a repeat so you can hear them twice. How are you? Let's see how this one came out. I use a different app when I listen to them also. I use this WavePad that I that's the one that I edit and listen to, and when I play these back out of here, it's playing them on the Windows player, and I think it might sound different from that. That might be why they don't sound the same to me when I hear them now. This was on the first floor also in the ICU. This sounds like it says, how are you? Could you hear that? That was repeated. If you listen closely, you might be able to hear that one. How are you? And then the second time's a little slower. I slow it down a little bit so you can hear it better. That one I thought was pretty clear. That one I was kind of excited about when I heard that. It sounded like almost a nice greeting. Pretty cool, I thought, when I heard that. This one was another one. These are all from the first floor. This one sounds like it says, "Okay, I won't forget about you." That's what it sounded like to me. There's a lot going on in that one, and on the repeat, it's hard to tell where the first copy ends. I'll play it one more time though. And let's see, this one, "You must move." This one sounded like it says "You must move." First floor. You probably can hear that one a little better. Like I said, some of them on the wave pad that I used originally, and I had my headphones on, it's a little, you can hear it probably a little better. Headphones, with some of these EVPs and the high frequency or the low frequencies usually help. And this one sounds like it says "You must move." Probably could hear that one a little better. Some of them, the frequencies were a little higher. You could hear it a little better. All right, here we go. "I can help you" is what this one sounds like to me. This, again, was first floor. It's more of like a whisper, and you can hear when it starts off with the "I can." It's a little clearer. That one was pretty good, I thought.
If somebody's here, would you let me know you're here with me?
That one was interesting. It sounds like a loud moan. It was right when I was done asking if somebody was there. Listen to the voice. It sounds like a moan.
If somebody's here, would you let me know you're here with me?
Did you hear it right at the end? It's like, "Oh."
If somebody's here, would you let me know you're here with me?
That one was pretty cool when I heard that. I was like, that was definitely an EVP, and it was a little bit clearer and louder than any of the others. Sounds like somebody was right there with me. Okay. This one I couldn't make out, but I can hear a voice. So I documented it. Can hear something being said. The previous one sounded like "I can help a bit." Okay.
If somebody's here, would you let me know?
I can help a bit. Yeah, I could definitely hear the "I can help," and what came after that was kind of difficult, but it sounded pretty positive, which was good. I can help a bit. Yeah. Thanks, older woman. Let's see here. Okay. And if you want to hear a group in a room downstairs, when I went into the hallway after Jeffrey's room, I came out. I don't know, anybody who missed me, tell this at the beginning. When I was done in Jeffrey's room, which was by the one stairwell, and I hadn't gone through that stairwell yet, but I heard others go through it earlier, so I knew it was there. When I was done in Jeffrey's room, I went down that stairwell, and I didn't realize the door, it retracted and slammed like really hard, and I didn't know it was going to do that. So as soon as I As soon as I went through that door and started going down the stairs and I heard it slam, I was like, oh boy. And there was a group in the chapel, which was pretty close on the first floor below me. And you should hear all the people freak out when the door slammed. I kind of felt like a jerk, but I thought it was pretty funny. And I thought you'd get a kick out of that. Listen to this.
Sorry about that.
Did you hear how loud the door slammed? Here, I'll play it one more time. I hope it's not too loud that it's blowing everybody's ears out. But you can hear the door slam right at the beginning. Listen how loud it is.
Sorry about that.
Okay, I'm going to do just the first. Listen to the first person's voice. When they first hear the door slam, listen to them. Okay, that cracked me up when I first heard that. All right. Yeah, I've got 2 cats. You probably see my cats, Kathy. Yeah, DJ. That's gonna be my next place that I save up for a private tour. I'm gonna get the 4-hour private tour with. They give me a certain amount of time for live stream, which I think is separate from the private tour, but I'll have to verify that. But let me see what you said here, DJ. Did you say you've seen the door actually move on its own? No, I've never seen the door actually move on its own. But I didn't get to go to a lot of the real notorious rooms for activity there. There were a bunch I didn't get to go to, like Mary Virginia's room. I didn't get to go to her room. There's another Mary. I can't remember her last name. I didn't get to go to her room. She's the one that I think didn't have eyes. She was born without eyes, and she used to be like a prankster there. She said because she had fake eyes, and she used to play tricks on the nurses and things. Said she was kind of like a fun spirit. Well, when she was alive, she was just like a fun-spirited person, and had a real good sense of humor. And people have I watched somebody else who was there who recorded some things, and they got an EVP saying that I'll move the cane, and they made the cane fall over. It was the blind cane that was in the room, and it fell over. And I thought that was pretty interesting, almost like it did that to scare him. But I didn't get to go to that room, and I didn't get to go to the boilers, either boiler room, to investigate. And those were 2 of the big spots. So all that's what I'd like to go back and do with a private tour. And I just would have to get familiar with the directions so I don't waste too much time walking around that place, because it is huge. 3 floors plus the basement. And, the north, it's the east and west sides, so it's... Or it might be north and south. I really don't remember. But here's some of the EVPs I got from Jeffrey's room. This one sounds like it just says forever, which was kind of weird, but it sounded like it to me when I heard it. You probably heard it. Yeah, that was something I captured when I was in his room on the audio. Sounds like it says forever. This one sounds like it says see you later, which I thought was pretty cool too, because I think this was when I was getting ready to leave, and I was kind of letting him know I was going to leave and I was going to say goodbye. It's kind of soft again, but these frequencies were really low, and you can kind of only amplify them so much and try to clean them up before it distorts them too much. So you got to kind of find a spot where you can hear it the best. But here it is again. See you later. You might be able to hear that. Said if you really, if you get a chance and you want to hear them a little bit better, maybe replay it and put headphones on. and hold them close. It might help you a little bit. Stay with you. This one was kind of interesting to me. It's what it sounded like to me when I heard this. Sounds like it says stay with you. And there may have been more to it if I'm not mistaken, but that's what I got. Okay. There was something at the beginning. I have this when I've heard EVPs, sometimes there sounds like noise. It almost sounds like it's breaking into the frequency. And in the past, at first, when I first started hearing them, I used to think that was part of what it was saying. And then as I listened, you could hear the voices clearer after that. But it almost sounds like it's some kind of like a sound when the EVP somehow like gets into the sound range. Like it breaks into the sound range and it makes an odd sound, and that's what's captured at the beginning of that. And then just after that, you can hear it. It's kind of soft, but it says "Stay with you." Yeah, some of these they're kind of tough to isolate and get so you hear it because of like I said, the frequency is really low. Oh, here's one that I think you'll like. You ain't bothering me. I did ask when I was in Jeffrey's room if it was okay if I was there and I didn't want to bother him. And then I heard this EVP, and to me it sounds like it says, "You ain't bothering me." You can hear the bothering part like dragged out. And these are each repeated, so you'll hear it twice. The second time's a little slower. And then the last one I got from Jeffrey's room, it sounded like you felt it. That's what it sounded like to me, but I could hear a voice. And after I listened to it and tried to make it out, the best I came up with from what I could gather, it sounded like you felt it. Hear that one more time. You can probably hear how it's kind of drug out a little bit. You felt it. But those were the voices that I captured on my audio from when I was there. I didn't do any recording. I figured just to get the experience, and I really couldn't post any of it, so I didn't really want to tie my hands all up on a short tour trying to video record. I just brought my devices, and I got some really cool interaction up on the third floor also, which this was probably one of the coolest things that happened to me when I was there. Up in the third floor, one section by the nurses section in the middle of the room, like the nurses station, the one part, the rooms were for like the men who were kind of isolated because they were real aggressive, and they kept some of them there away from others. And I was in one room over there, and there were these pianos in there. There were two of them. And the one that was furthest away, I was standing over there, and I was asking if anyone was there to play a piano so I could hear, how it sounded. And I started to get these spikes on the EMF, like real strong spikes. And I was checking around, and it was kind of like all around me, like above me. And I walked over and it would go away, and then I'd walk over to the other side, it would go away. And it was around me, and then I kept going around to see how far it would go. And then after I tried that for 5 or 10 seconds, I came back and it was all gone. So I knew it wasn't something, like there was no power anyways in there. So, but they do have like cameras and things. So I thought maybe it was something like that, but there was nothing in there, and then it stopped. So I knew there was some EMF from probably a spirit. So then I was like, if somebody's here, can you tell me your name? And almost immediately on my spirit talker, it said Richard. Or I'm sorry, it said Raymond. Yeah, it said Raymond. And I was like, wow, that was interesting. I got a direct reply, and it said Raymond. And then as I left that room, some of the guys who did the tour, the guides of the tour came up to the third floor, and I walked over and I told them about that, and they said they've had Raymond on devices there before, maybe EVPs. So I guess Raymond has been captured there, saying his name on other devices. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And on the first floor, over by the ICU, I had a lot of interaction with the REM pod, just sitting on the floor in front of me. It was right by the nurse's station in the ICU, because they say you can see some kind of entity that crawls across the ceiling. Sometimes they see it, or on the ground. So I was there watching, right in the center of the hallway at the nurse's station, and I had something was interacting with my REM pod like quite a bit. And on the audio you can hear it. But that was a pretty interesting thing that happened while I was there also. So I really want to go back there again and do the private tour. And I talked to them, and I can go by myself. I don't need to bring anybody with me. So, I kind of wondered if they'd be cool with that. But they do have like their headquarters, and whenever anybody does a tour, there's a few of them always there, and they're watching all the cameras. So I asked them about it, and they said, yeah, I can come and film there by myself, do what I want to do, and I don't have to worry about bringing somebody else with me. So I thought that was, basically I was set on coming back there again for a private tour. So once I start getting that together and I get that worked out and see when I can book it, I'll let everybody know for that too. But as you all know, I got just about a week and a half, and I'm going to be at the Buxton Inn for my 2 days. Well, my overnighter, should say. Yeah, I'll be able to do a live. Of course, at the Buxton Inn, I'm going to do a live when I'm there, and I'm going to record also and stay overnight. I'll try to get power banked up for that one, because I'm going to be there from like 3 p.m. until the next day, and I'm going to try to record as much as I can and through the night, see if anything happens at night while I'm sleeping. But Hillview Manor, yeah, if you pay for the tour, and you have to pay an extra amount for the rights to do the editing and post your video. So I was planning on doing that if I do the private tour, so I could go to Hillview Manor and record and do all that and post everything I capture. I was reading what DJ Rock put here. Oh, Weasel, I'm sorry, I missed what you said there. You trapped me in here. Okay. I'm looking to see which one that was. You think the one that you thought said you trapped me in here was the one that says you ain't bothering me? Or you felt it? Let's see. Staying with you. You ain't bother me. I'll play it again. Sounds like you felt it. Sounds like see you later. Yeah, but in the meantime, with the weather breaking, and I went back to my research site. I did some filming there just the other day, and I'm getting that video together. I did a daytime one. I just kind of wanted to see how it was since the basically since winter's over. Had some pretty good interactions. Had some EMF activity quite a bit. Started to remind me of the old, of the past seasons with the EMF activity and some REM pod activity. So it seems like the research area is still kicking the activity, and it didn't seem that negative. So maybe it was something with just the season changed where, the winter seemed like it was pretty negative, but it felt pretty good there when I was just there. And I'll have that video out soon, probably by the end of the week, I hope. I just got to go through the audio still and edit it and put it all together. So I'm going to keep going. I might go back to do a follow-up with Christine and see how Millie's doing. Go over to Millie's house because Christine's been telling me a lot about Millie is pretty active staying with her when she's at home, when she's driving. So I'm kind of curious to get some more recording, audio and video, and see if we can hear Millie, see if Millie will say some things, if there's something else that Millie's trying to say. The messages I got from when we were recording before, one of them sounded like an EVP that said, "Please forgive me." Christine said that, she said that she forgave her mom, which seemed like her mom was asking for forgiveness, maybe for something. I'm not sure what it may have been, but we'll try to communicate with Millie some more and see if there's something that she might want, see if there's something she needs. I seen you took a look, but I have a friend of mine, Jeff, here watching your live chat who has joined your Facebook group. Okay. All right, Jeff, thanks. I'll make sure when I go onto the Facebook group to accept the request, because I know I just have to accept everybody who goes to join. So, thanks DJ for the referral, and Jeff for wanting to join and watching. I appreciate it. Well, I don't know. Does anybody have any questions they wanted to ask me? Anything that's going on? Any experiences or anything they're curious about the places I've been, or anything that maybe if they watched something, one of the videos I did, if there was something they had a question about, I'm just curious. If not, that's okay. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Had some pretty interesting structures over at that part of West Branch where we were exploring last. There was like those group of like two X's. One of them you could see in the thumbnail for that Exploring West Branch video. If you see that, you'll see that's one of those X structures that I ran into. I went over and was checking them out. Somebody's knocking at my door. Hold on, hang on. Hey, Anthony.
Huh?
Could you answer the door?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I apologize for that.
What, did you order something?
No, just see. It might be the neighbor. He might need me to move over.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah. I might have to move my car over so my neighbor can park his.
Move your car over a little bit so we can back it. This will be the last time.
You're good,
All
man.
right. Okay.
Yeah, it's the neighbor.
All right.
Dad.
Well, all right, everyone. It's kind of an embarrassing way to end the stream, but
No problem.
my neighbor's in the process of moving his stuff out of there, so he needs more room for his pickup or his moving truck. So I'm gonna go move my car over for him, but we're going about 45 minutes, and I appreciate everybody. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button for me, and I would say thank you to everyone for watching the stream tonight, and look for some more more videos coming out. The weather break, I'm gonna be able to get out more now, so I'm gonna try to get out, go to my research site more like I used to. But thank you all, and hi everyone. Have a good night.